Hey guys, just a real quick update. I was able today to finally get more than one pedal built. I actually got three built in this afternoon. The trick was I had to research this. I've been having trouble with placing the parts because I've got these shaky hands. So, because of some of the. Anyway, I have shaky hands, and so I'm placing these parts, and half the time I'm putting a part down and I'm knocking one over, or I get it set, I go to open the tweezers and my hands go whoop 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 whoop, and then it was just, yeah. So my performance wasn't that great as far as assembling the boards, so I looked it up. Apparently alcohol is a well-known remedy for essential tremor. So I'm kind of a big guy. Took about 12 shots of vodka until I would say my hands were steady enough that it. Anyway, the point is, I'm just gonna start drinking more alcohol, and I'm gonna be able to push these things out, like crazy. Let's see what else. My 3D printed male connector for the gas, the gas thing, it didn't quite fit quite right. It was super close, but when I tried to actually plug it in, you squeeze it, and if you push super hard, you could get it to snap, and then so I made some adjustments. I also put in some air holes because it was there's a seal in the female connector, and so it was getting pressurized and spring loaded. So hopefully I've taken care of those two issues, but I've got an hour left on the print. That was a surprisingly long print. I must have done something wrong, because it didn't take that long to print before, nor did it take as long to write out the chopped up file thing. So, what else we got? I got some 20 gauge wire. You may have seen the video with my cat Zoe here. What are you looking at? I did have 12 shots of vodka, so give me a break. Just a little break. Wow, hang on. Oh, yes. So I had been concerned. The silicone wire is a silicone sheathed wire, insulated wire, is easier to find than the PVC variety, at least on Amazon. And I got it at first, and I just didn't like the way it felt. It was all, well, as you saw, it's kind of wobbly. If you saw the video with Zoe and her ninja skills, it's all wobbly, and I'm like, how's this going to even stick in a connector? Well, I crimped it, and it was fine. I could have used it from the first place, and it is more flexible than PVC, and it is meant to handle more motion, I guess. So, in theory, it might actually be more tolerant to vibration than the PVC wire. I don't know. Either way, it was the only 20 gauge wire I could find on Amazon, and the 20 gauge is going to be perfect. The 18 gauge was just a little bit too big to fit in the holes on the board, the pedal board. So 20 gauge should be perfect. Gosh. Oh, so from what I can tell, I have somebody's ordered one for a Honda, and I think someone's ordered one for a Toyota. I'm gonna have to do some research on their connectors, but as far as GM connectors go, I have only encountered two varieties. There's the kind on the Bolt, which I believe is the same as the one on the Malibu, and that might be the same as the one on the Equinox. I gotta check. There's two of them that use the kind that the Volt uses. It's a wider connector. I'm gonna have to do a little work, and I'm gonna have to buy the female connectors and everything, and most likely I'll be able to manufacture the male connectors, no problem. But so those are gonna be a little delayed. So what I should be able to get out real soon is the shoot, I should have looked it up. Hang on, I can pause this video. Okay, first thing we got is the these are the two fully assembled, just plain boards. One of them is actually going to a guy who doesn't want the connectors, so he doesn't want a box either. See, they're getting really, it's getting really nice now. Look at how fancy that is. Not Ethernet. I don't know why it's not square and it's kind of bending a little bit, but I'm going to be gluing these things shut, so once they're glued shut, I think you aren't going to have to worry. Anyway, so these two are fully assembled, and then I've got these guys here, 4 of them that have been reflowed. I just have to attach the stuff that requires hand soldering, you know, make 4 cases, and they'll be just testing is the other big thing I have to do. Even though I'm selling the boards without connectors attached, just because of how much difficulty I have getting this CAN chip, this one right here, on, and the heat that I have to apply to get it working, I've got to test them before I can ship them out, just to make sure that the CAN chip is working and that everything is working, even on the ones that people have ordered without connectors. Just real quick, here's the issue with the male connector. Everything fits. The dimensions, the dimensions of this, I got the model from the site that owns the spec on the thing, but you see it gets springy and it just won't latch. So the only difference that I was able to tell with the ones that I got from China is that this clip is a little bit this way. So I moved it a tiny bit, and it's going to be 2 hours before I find out if it was successful. But I was worried that there's a couple things I was worried about. First of all, that springiness is going to be a big problem when all the pins are in, because there is nowhere for the air to go. So I had to add some air channels, as you can see, 4 on each side. But the depth was the other thing I was worried about. Maybe it was bottoming out, but the depth on these is actually a little deeper than the ones that I got from China that work just fine. So not messing with the depth. I'm adding the air holes, and I moved the clip a little bit, and we'll see if that works. I don't like this part either, but right now, function over form, I think, is the name of the game. Okay, what have we got here? So the Volt, I'm pretty confident that the Volt uses the wide one, yeah. So, oh, it's all kinds of weird looking. I don't know. I haven't researched this at all. It's possible I may be able to get both parts. Okay, the Malibu. Malibu is the same as the Bolt. Okay, it's the Equinox. So the Equinox and the Volt use this connector. The Bolt and the Malibu use the connector I have. I haven't looked at any other vehicles, unfortunately. I will have to, if anybody who's ordered one has that vehicle. I've got to, as I go through them, I'll be checking what vehicles you have, and if I don't know, I will be contacting you to find out. So anyway, guys, as always, I appreciate your support, financial and otherwise. I appreciate my Patreon supporters. They're making this possible. I appreciate the people who are ordering parts, or ordering the pedals. Also really appreciate your patience. This has taken a lot longer than I anticipated. I am trying to do it right. This thing is sitting in between your car and your gas pedal. It probably should make sure that it's, built right. So, anyhow, thanks again for watching, and have a great day.